Are you guys ready? We ready? I just passed them out. Okay. So we have three functions. We have f, g, and h. And we're going to go through and we're going to do different function operations with them, but we're going to be evaluating those function operations at a specific number. So this is going to be using other representations because we don't have an equation. So we've got a table, we have just ordered pairs, and then we have a picture of a graph that is not like a typical equation. It's just kind of like a random zigzag. So the first problem says f plus g of negative 5. So this is notation that means that you're going to take f of negative 5 plus g of negative 5. You're just adding them together. So what is f of negative 5? If you plug in negative 5 to f, what do you get? Negative 2. Okay, so we get that from the table. Plug in negative 5, you get negative 2 as the result. If you plug in negative 5 for g, what do you get? Positive 2 as the result. And when you add those together, what do you get? 0. Okay? Yeah. So the part that messes students up about this is just that it's not an equation you can plug stuff into. You just have to recognize how to use other types of representations. All right? Here, so g minus h of negative 6. This is g of negative 6 subtracting h of negative 6. So g of negative 6 is what? 7. And then h of negative 6 is negative 3. So plug in negative 6, we get negative 3. 1, 2, 3, negative 3. So 7 minus negative 3, 10. Okay. This one, f times h of 0. So this would be f of 0 times h of 0. What is f of 0? 6. What is h of 0? 7. Okay, so h of 0 is all the way up here. There's 7. And 6 times 7 is 42. Okay. H divided by g of negative 1. So h of negative 1 divided by g of negative 1. What's h of negative 1? H of negative 1 is 4. G of negative 1, negative 6. And we can reduce that. What is it when you reduce it? Negative 2 thirds. The negative?
No. I mean, like, when it says f of negative 5, it's just, you just find the negative 5. It doesn't matter if it's on the x or y.
What do you mean?
Like in the ratio?
So this has to be an x coordinate. Whatever you're plugging in has to be the x value, and then the output is what you're writing is the result.
Someone's normally going to do that. I'm not going to have to, like...
Yeah, if it does not give you the number for the x value, then you just can't do it.
You just write nothing.
You'd say undefined. Yeah. Okay, this one says f plus g plus h of 3. So we're going to do f of 3 plus g of 3 plus h of 3. So what is f of 3? Negative 4. What is g of 3? Negative 2. And then what is h of 3? So h of 3, 6. Okay. Oh, so yeah, negative 4 plus negative 2 plus 6 is 0. Okay. G minus f of negative 1. So g of negative 1 minus f of negative 1. What is g of negative 1? Negative 6. What is f of negative 1? Negative 7. Negative 6 minus negative 7 is just 1. Okay. G times f of 3. We got g of 3 times f of 3. G of 3, what did we say it was? Negative 2. F of 3. And when we multiply those together, 8. Okay. G divided by H of negative 6. So G of negative 6 divided by H of negative 6. So G of negative 6 is 7. H of negative 6, negative 3. And there's no way to simplify that. So we just have 7 over negative 3. Most mathematicians would take the negative and move it to the middle, or they would move it to the top. But it's not wrong to have it on the bottom. On the bottom is totally fine. Okay, so I have two worksheets for you to finish this up. One is kind of a review from yesterday. I gave you guys one of these multiple choice worksheets the other day, and I had a lot of problems where the work that should have been shown wasn't, which told me that maybe some people did the work and some other people just got the multiple choice answers. So when you do this worksheet, I should see work shown for every single problem. If not on this worksheet, then on a separate sheet of paper. Okay? If you want to compare answers, that's fine, but I should not see evidence that some people didn't do the work themselves. Does that make sense? Okay, so always work shown. And then when you get to this worksheet, this is the worksheet that's going to feel similar to the notes. And for this worksheet, you're only going to do numbers 1 through, you're only going to do the front side. We're going to save the back side for later. So for both worksheets, one is front side only, and then the other one that has a front and back, you're only going to do front side. So for both worksheets, we're doing front side. Sound good? And we're showing our work for everything, if there is work to be shown. Make sense? Okay, so I'm going to get these handed out.